Welcome to Boom Trust Podcast, where we discuss important topics about neurodevelopmental disorders. Neurodevelopmental disorders are injuries emanating from a developing brain or the central nervous system. And examples of neurodevelopmental disorders include, but are not limited to, cerebral palsy, autism spectrum disorder, ADD, ADHD, dyslexia, among others. Today, we are featuring a very important guest, and her name is Grace Wanjiku, who is a graduate of Utali Traveling Agency Technique. She is going to tell us more about cerebral palsy, which is the condition she has. Welcome, Grace. It's such a joy and such an honor to have you on the Boom Trust podcast.
Thank you so much for having me here. First, I will start to explain about my background, the way I was raised up. So, I was born in 2001, in 19th September. And there we had a bit about me and my mom. We had a moment together, and it's so unfortunately that she's late right now. She died in the year 2013.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, so I'm an orphan.
Oh, you are an orphan.
Yeah, and I'm very proud of it because the challenges that have come with being an orphan, it has made me to become strong. It has made me to conquer everything. So, about my cerebral palsy.
So, just tell us a little bit. So, you are an orphan.
Yeah.
And an orphan who also have cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
How old were you when your mother passed on?
I was 9 years.
You are 9 years old.
Yeah.
And you have any siblings?
Yes, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Older or younger than you?
They are older than me.
Older than you.
Yeah.
So tell me, how has it been to grow up without your parents with cerebral palsy?
It has been tough. It has been tough, and it has been a journey full of pain, full of anxiety, full of trying for people to accept you for who you are and not to judge you. So what I can tell the world is being a cerebral palsy without a mom to guide you, and without a father to tell you what is right and what is wrong. It has been tough, but I'm thankful to God that I've been able to conquer everything. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you are raised up by your siblings?
Yeah, I was raised up by my siblings.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And as a child, did the other children embrace you? And, you know, did you find it easy to just be able to mingle with other children in the neighborhood, growing up, in school and all that?
Okay. Actually, what is even more interesting is I've not been able to go to a special school because when my mom passed on, I was studying in a public school. So when she passed on, I went to a private school, which is Mire. I studied there. My relatives, I'm so thankful to them because they took care of me. My relatives, they're the one who embraced me and taught me the way forward, what to do next. Because I remember that time I had a lot of pain, confusion at the same time. I'm just a little girl, not knowing what to do, not knowing who to run to, who to go to, but they took me and told and molded me to the person that I am today, by God's grace.
By God's grace.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. We thank God for relatives who would think and embrace, who actually support orphans in general. But more so an orphan with cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
It's hard enough to be an orphan.
Yeah.
But, you know, thinking about it, to be an orphan who also has a disability, that's quite something.
Yeah.
And I thank God that you have been able to brave yourself and defy all the odds, you know, that come with being an orphan and at the same time being with a disability. Thank you so much for being a courageous girl. You deserve a pat on the back. Yes. Now tell me a little bit about your schooling. Yes, you have talked about going to school and all that. So you've finished your primary school, then you went to high school. Uh-huh.
I finished my primary school. I went to high school. The journey of high school, it has been a little tough because I'm a CP, cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy,
Yeah.
yes.
So for you going to a high school and people, they are amused because they don't know, they have never seen such a person with a cerebral palsy. Now they want to know how have you been able to grow up with it, where did you get it. So it has been tough. But I remember my journey in high school. One of my family friends took me as like her own daughter. So she took me and told me that, Grace, you know what, this is the way to go. So what you'll do, you just go to a high school, you go study, don't listen to negativity, just focus on your positivity, focus why you are there, and focus on more about yourself and your future. So the moment I went to high school, actually I remember in Form 3 and Form 4, I was bullied.
You were bullied?
Yeah, I was
Wow.
bullied.
You are in a girls' school or a mixed school?
I was in a girls' school. I was bullied, but right now, looking back at it, I just feel like I just embraced the moments, and I'm so happy because it made me to become more. And
What
more.
did they do when you say you were bullied?
Okay, well, I was when we were in the dormitories, you find that I went to sleep. When I went to sleep, they kept for me the bed sheets. The bed sheets, I found them, they were zilifunuliwa. Sasa unaenda kulala lakini unapata zimeshafunuliwa, you don't know where to go, they are wet, unaona, wamezisoak kwa maji.
Kwa maji,
Yeah.
so they will actually wet your bed and all that, and those are your, you know, like your schoolmates who will do that?
Yeah, actually they were just only two of
girls.
them, yeah.
So they will bully you simply because you have cerebral palsy. They will bully you for that.
Yeah, they will bully me. Even when I went to class, during studies, you find they don't want to associate with me.
Why? Because
I'm a cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
So they feel like it's a disease. Well,
But if it's a disease, it's you know, it also defies human understanding that they already see, even if they thought it's a disease. So if you have a disease, why should they wet your bed? So you already have a disease, quote unquote. Then they make, you know, even your bed wet and all that. That is so uncouth. I think so.
Yeah.
And sorry about that. I just
It's
thought
okay.
that was.
It's okay. So it was my classmates actually, and even my mtu mwenye tulikuwa tunakaa na yeye, I remember. So nikienda during my preps time, well, I'm in preps, nikienda kukaa chini na find that my books zimechukuliwa, zimeshiftiwa from one local to another local. So it was very tough. It was very tough for me. It was very tough, and sikuwa na ule mtu wa kumwambia because looking back, I didn't have that someone to go and tell her that this is what I'm passing through, because I was like, who will understand me? So because my siblings at that time, they were very young, and to understand it could be like, you know what, Grace, this is very crucial for you. So what you should do, focus on your education. So I used to just tell God everything. I used to let God, I used to just involve God in all my problems, in all the things that I was passing through at that moment. So it affected me mentally. Yeah, it affected me mentally. It affected me so much that at least right now I'm healing. Yeah. I'm not in the same position that I was when I was in
leaving
that
school.
situation.
Yeah. Awesome. So what would you want to tell, you know, young people out there in high school, probably in universities, in colleges, in boarding schools, who have schoolmates who have such conditions, who have cerebral palsy or any other condition, and yet they are bullying them. What will you want to tell them? What message will you want to give them as a person who has experienced that before?
Okay, I would love to tell anyone who is in high school, who is in secondary, and any person who has a cerebral palsy, or anyone who is a physically or mentally challenged person, just embrace them, show them love, show them that you are there for them, and if they need anything from you, just be kind to them and show them the way forward.
Yeah. Because how did it make you feel when you were bullied as a young girl in high school? You have cerebral palsy, and your classmates or schoolmates picked up on you and begin to bully you. How did that make you feel?
It made me feel bad. It made me feel that I don't belong to the society, that I'm just a person who is just a different, able different, but it made me feel I am not worthy to be in high school.
Yeah, you see, they made you feel as though you are lesser than them, and which is not true. You're not any lesser than anyone. Awesome. But thank God that you're here, and God has clothed you and covered you, and here you are, a beautiful girl to the society. Awesome. Now, you mentioned that you finished and you went to college, and you are actually a graduate of Utali traveling agency technique. Please tell us more, a little bit, your journey into that.
Okay, my journey in enrolling in traveling agency technique in Utali, it was I was very happy, because getting such an opportunity, it wasn't easy, as a person with cerebral palsy and as a person who is an orphan. I remember my siblings, they worked so hard for me to enroll into such a school. And thank God, because they did it, and I got there. And the traveling agency, getting into that school, it was I was very happy. It has been they made my environment very easy for me. The lecturers were very very engaging, very loving, very welcoming, and there we were taught different how to navigate around the traveling agency technique, how it goes, and the way forward. So traveling agency technique, what I can brief you about is just about how they deal with both airlines and they deal with both the hotels, where you welcome a visitor. Well, in hotels, you welcome a visitor, be it a foreigner or a Kenyan. You show them around the hotels, and you show them how the hotels, their bookings, what they deal with, what's the word? How the menu, the housekeeping, and all stuff. So you just show them around the hotels. While in airlines, you show them about the bookings and how they normally do their bookings. Like, for example, if it's in KQ, you show them at what time should you book a flight, at what time will you arrive, the arrival and the departure, when to pack their belongings, the luggages, and where you should be able to make them to sleep and all stuff.
So you plan the itineraries and all that?
Yeah, the itineraries, that's the word.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
So that is what you have pursued as a graduate. At what level? Bachelor's?
No, not
diploma?
Bachelor. Actually, it's a certificate.
A certificate. You have done that at a certificate level.
Yeah.
And so you still have room and opportunity to actually upgrade it to diploma level, bachelor's level, master's level. you know, you have a lot more world to conquer.
Yeah.
You are still able to pursue all that, and I'll encourage you to do it. You're such, you know, such an inspiration to many more girls who are orphans, and many more girls who are, you know, cerebral palsy, you know, cases. So it's good for you to be able to let them know that you are here and you have a lot to offer to the world.
Yeah.
Wow. So tell me, is there anything that you want to let the society know, the people know? You have spoken to, you know, young people who are still in school, and how they should be able to embrace persons with cerebral palsy and work with them, and basically how to love on people and not be bullies. But what would you want to tell the society, especially now, for you as a young person who has graduated and you are yet to, you said you are working, and you're going to tell us a little more about your work.
Yeah.
Yes. I want you to tell us what you want the society to know, especially for young people with cerebral palsy. You have graduated, you're looking for that job.
What I would love to tell people living with cerebral palsy is that just embrace yourself. First of all, love yourself, appreciate yourself, and know you belong here. There is no other country that you are going to belong. You belong to Kenya, and you need to be able to embrace Kenya, and you need to be able to love Kenya. And the way, just don't overthink things. Just do the way you feel it's right. Yeah.
So after your graduation, where are you now at? Where are you serving, and are you working now?
Yeah, right now I'm working actually. I do counseling in Umoja Disability Center. We have a session from, we normally do it on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 12, where we deal with all people. We do with people with cerebral palsy, we deal with people with autism, we do with people who have physical disabilities. We deal with all kind of people who have been traumatized, who have all kind of challenges.
Okay, but you did traveling agency.
Yeah.
How did you find yourself into counseling? Tell us a little bit more about that. What's the connection between traveling and counseling?
Okay, one thing that people don't know about me, while I was young, I used to love motivating people. I used to love, like, if I meet you and just tell you a bit something to encourage you, and it will make a smile on you. So it will make my heart to just feel happy. So I used to crave for that. I used to be like, one day I need to tell the people, I need to tell the world that how to embrace everything at their own level. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So that's when I found myself. My mentor, Mr. Wilson, I shout out to you, Mr. Wilson. We met. I was invited for a party, and we met there. This time I had finished. I had completed my traveling agency technique. I was thinking, now what will I do? Because getting a job as a cerebral palsy, it's very hard. Because people think that simply because you have a disability, you cannot be able to serve others. You cannot be able to work. Yeah. So people think that the challenge that you have physically, it is affecting your brain, it is affecting your mentally, it is affecting you mentally. So it was a challenge to me, and I sat down and told myself, now what next? Because I've studied, yeah. Now what next? And I had applied in my emails. I had looked for jobs in several places. And unfortunately, I didn't get the email back. But I'm very hopeful, even right now, that this is not the end of the road. There's still a room for it, and I'm very positive that I'll get a job. Even I can start my own agency where I teach people with cerebral palsies and people with disabilities how to navigate around this traveling agency technique, what they can do about it, the way to go.
Very true.
Yeah.
In fact, while at that, one of the things is that you find when you go to these maybe airports, you're traveling, and if you have a disability, they still expect you to speak very fast and, be able to key in your details very fast. And at times that can be very difficult for a person with disability, because the things that people take for granted for persons with cerebral palsy, it can be quite overwhelming, and if persons with disability in general. So I think it will be very important. I don't know if there's anything that at your learning level you picked up, what persons can be able to do if they have a disability and they find themselves at the airport and they're expected to really give their information very fast. I mean, how can they navigate that? Or what will you tell the persons at the airports, so to speak, or any other places? How should they handle persons with disabilities?
Okay, I would love to tell the airports, the ones who offer services into their various into their various positions. First, if you see a person with a disability, embrace her. Go to her, ask her, or if she has come to you, or he has come to you, he or she has come to you, you need to hear him out or hear her out. See what he needs, he wants, the service that he or she wants to purchase. So just if you are there working at airport, please let people with disabilities speak out, and for you to hear them out. So that's all I can say.
So in other words, be patient with them.
Yeah.
Just allow them time. Be
Yeah.
patient, and they will be able to speak. Because they're not in control at times of what is happening around them.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Grace. It's been such a joy and such an honor to have you on this podcast. We have learned a lot from you. Personally, I've been so encouraged to hear your story. Even as a mother and a caregiver of a child with cerebral palsy, I've learned a lot from you. And I know you have inspired many other young people out there and the community, the viewers at large. What do you want to give your parting shot at this time?
What I would like people to know is that being a PWD, and let me put it into, I'm a cerebral palsy person. It is not easy. It is not easy, and what I would love to say is just embrace that person with disability, and it's not a disease, and we can be able to do a lot of things. We can be able to do a lot of things. Not even we can do it mentally, because like me, I normally do my chores. I normally do my chores. I don't like people doing for me the chores of the house. I normally do the chores like kuosha vyombo, kuosha nyumba, and all stuff. And
so how do you do that with one hand? And sorry, I'm just preempting so that then we are able to learn a lot, because those are the questions that many people look at you and they think, okay, because you have a disability, you're not able to do these things. Now, for example, in your case, you only have one hand that is very active and able to do those things. So how do you do that? If you will just describe.
Like washing the utensils, I just put the baskets, the two baskets, and then I wash with my right hand and rinse it with my left hand. Yeah. So I've taught my hand how to be able to do things. Yeah.
Yes.
Because let me say that being young, you'll not be young forever, and you need to teach yourself that you can be able to conquer.
To conquer, yes.
You can be able to conquer, and you can be able to deal with you as a person, with disability. Yeah.
So it's not proper that when somebody sees you, they should just assume you're not able to do these things and rush to help you. Let people help you when you have asked for the help. But if you have not asked for the help, it is polite for them, to just, respect you and allow you to do things your way.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because what I can say, I'm so thankful that my father and my mother died, because it has made me to be very bold, very resilient. That's the word. That I can be able to do even things, and I can be able even to communicate to people and tell them the way forward. Yeah. So I'm so thankful to God.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's podcast, Beauty Out of Mire. We all belong to something beautiful. Please remember to subscribe and follow us on all our social media handles. I've been your host, Dr. Fidel Adabaraza, and until next time, bye-bye.